I say Bondar.
Bondar.
But in Romanian, the language that me and David over here speak, which is how you're supposed to say his name.
Yeah, I try too.
My last name. Sorry, I shouldn't speak to it.
No, you're good.
My last name is Bondar. But you couldn't say that in fucking American.
I would look like an idiot.
Yeah, people be like, it's like when Obama did Pakistan, and you're like, come on, dog.
Yeah.
Not now.
Pakistan.
Pakistan.
Well, we have to discuss Pakistan.
Are we rolling?
Yeah, we're good.
We're rolling, baby. It's Choke City. We're back, guys. We're back with our new friend Radu Bondar.
What's up? What? Hold on. Am I stunting? Am I styling?
Yeah, dude.
Every time
the jumpsuit.
when a camera turns on, thank you for noticing. I meant to wear my purse too, but it's too. No, because I have an Adidas purse over there. People go Adidas head to toe. I go, it's further than that.
It's in the bloodstream.
I wish I had an Adidas wallet. That's the last thing I want to complete the whole.
What about the glasses?
Look at them. Tell me what brand this is.
Adidas?
See if you can figure it out.
I don't know if I can.
Is it Hawk
It's
brand?
Adidas.
It's Adidas.
It's Adidas, dude.
Dude, I had Tony Hawk glasses when I was younger. I thought I was the coolest guy.
Tony Hawk is great for glasses. That's good for children. Adidas is embarrassing.
I
To
wore
be
'em
that
too late,
Slavic
though.
coded that you're like, nah, I gotta be buried.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I
great.
can't even look through the world if it's not three stripes. I don't see color, but I see three stripes.
Three stripe, like red stripe, but not for Jamaicans, baby.
What about a person that's like they're progressive, they're doing the I don't see color thing, but for gender, they're like, oh, I don't see gender.
Oh, like, yeah, she's smooth down there.
They, he, she, be, whatever you be,
Zimzer.
it's all the same to me. You're all pieces
I'm
of
not
shit.
gay.
I'm progressive, but I draw the line at black people.
No, I've seen in the 1890s that was a pretty acceptable,
Yeah.
common political position.
Yeah.
Honestly,
What do you think? Like black people or gays? It was probably
What?
black people first.
if you have to pick, this sounds like a
No, back in the day, like who got accepted first? Like who was like, okay, they can chill.
I mean, you can have, like, your nephew being a little...
Yeah, honestly, that's a geographically tagged question.
Yeah.
Where like in the South, you're like gays because they could hide being gay.
Yeah, that's true.
They
Tough to
can't
hide-
hide being black.
Yeah, tough to hide being a fella of working.
Yeah.
For free labor fellas. They
Yeah.
can't be closeted about that.
They didn't have water fountains for the gay guys, I guess.
Just hiding your black son from the church.
But also, do you know about buck breaking? You ever heard about that?
Uh-uh.
I love telling white people about slavery.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Breaking.
there was a phenomenon, and it's kind of contested historically. People don't know if this is real or not, but I believe that it is, and black people will kind of tell you about it, and like it's part of the horrors of why slavery affects people in modernity. So there would be slaves that are like hard to break in spirit, an alpha male type, a big buck, if you will, and to humiliate them in front of the other slaves, usually their family and all the other slave entourage, they would have either rape them or have them raped by a traveling slave rapist, I assume. I don't know. I don't know what kind of horrible middle act had to do that job during the day. No, it's just my day job. I don't love disciplining. I'm not a disciplinarian by choice. But that's the only way to get my puppet theater
Got
thing.
this gig down in Georgia.
So buck breaking is what it's. And
got
you
a
can look.
weekend down in Albany.
They obviously didn't teach it to us in school, but they don't really even teach it in like college. Where people study slavery.
How did you find out about this stuff?
Comedy podcast. No, honestly, no.
I was a buck breaker first.
I just hung out with black comedians a lot in Houston when I first started. When I first started the comedy
This is
scene,
a very Trey Tutson coded.
No, everyone, so many people taught me about it, and because my buddy, I quote Michael Day all the time, famous Houston comic, lawyer, and friend of the.
And if he's your lawyer, get a new lawyer.
I didn't know he was a lawyer.
He's a great corporate lawyer. Yeah, no,
He is wild.
He won't defend people. He only does corporations. But he is one of the funniest people I know. He always says, he's like, as crazy as you think slavery is, it was 10 times worse than that. He's like, that's always what I tell white people. And I'm like, oh, that got me really curious to be like, well, what else happened? There's this book about like eating black people, like cannibal slave recipes. Whoa. It was very popular in the Caribbean. It wasn't as huge.
Oh, I thought it was here
in the South. I don't know if it was here in the South as much. It's also kind of disputed. Some people will say, this is something kind of made up to make it sound even more horrific than it was. And there's some people that are like, again, no, this is worse. It was always worse than you thought it was. But it just goes to show that like they weren't even doing it for capitalism. They weren't even good at extracting labor value from people. They were also getting on that freak shit. They were like, as bad as P. Diddy was, every other slave owner was basically a Diddy type.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That just had his own little fiefdom that he could never get in trouble for.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, and that's why they're like, we got to start war. They're going to take our guys.
People
here.
always talk about it like it was like, oh, the North was so much more economically advanced. We had to keep slavery, otherwise they would overtake us. You're like, and do what? Educate you and wash you? What the fuck are you talking about? Like, no, you guys wanted a group of about 100 people you could scream at and rape whenever you wanted to.
Yeah.
And the police could watch you and be like, you need any help with that? 'Cause what you're doing is not a crime.
Here, hold my baton. It's funner with the baton.
Yeah. That was a big part of the Civil War. These states' rights guys would be like, no, it was about the states. No, dude, it was about fucking
Now,
rape.
back to this cookbook. You really got me on the cookbook.
It's called Paula Dean's Dream, a catering nightmare.
Dude, that's crazy. I'm still fascinated by the buckbreaker. Like, who do they hire for that? Who do they?
Yeah,
do they hire somebody? Is it another
still a
That's
slave?
one
job?
of the reasons my friend Louis Katz brought this up, where he's like, I believe most stuff about slavery, but that one is hard. It's hard for me to make that credulous. By the way, Louis Katz, hilarious comedian. And but he says, he's like, imagine at that time how unallowed being homosexual was. How could you just be a sort of? How could you be like, well,
you're like a mercenary at that point. You're like,
but the reality is that like humanity has always had these weird contradictions, and this is where me and him disagree. He finds that reason for it to be incredulous, but I'm like, there's always been these weird little reasons where like we know that priests rape small, young, indefensible children, and then you go, well, he's a man of God, and it's hard to not jack off all the time. Like we find society's always kind of wrestled with the fact that like there's been exceptions to the never be gay rule, like the military, or when you're raping another army's soldiers. People always like, no one talks about that when war happens. You go, that's one of the things.
You just get rapey.
That's one of the things that your soldiers are going to do is they're going to rape the other soldiers. Even when there's civilian women available, they're like, first, hold on, I got a thing.
People are just naturally rapey. I guess animals rape. I wonder, like,
it's why laws are really important and good and cool.
Yeah, I wonder, like.
I say, that's my hot take. Laws, dope.
Yeah,
and that's a word up.
And that's coming from a criminal, dog.
That's coming from a guy who uses Telegram a lot.
I'm a straight up criminal.
I mean, you kind of have to be as a comedian.
Yeah.
There's no money in comedy. There's money at the top 12%, we're not at 1% yet. But there's just a little bit of money over there at the top if you're willing to be a yogurt salesman or do comedy with a lot of shaking and dancing and whatever. And then the rest of it is
what does that mean?
Yogurt salesman?
Yogurt salesman?
A lot of people, you have to be inoffensive. You have to not be saying anything to be successful in comedy these days, because your whole job is to be molded into being a spokesperson. So you're going to be good because you have a symmetrical face. You're fucked. You better be writing for him.
I already am.
He helps sometimes, yeah.
No, but I mean it, and I don't mean this against beautiful people. I just mean the advantage used to be funny, and now the advantage is good looking. And you can still be hilarious and good looking. There are many such examples.
So you're saying
Matthew
I pitched my wagon great.
Matthew Broussard's
fantastic.
Started in Houston, right?
Started in Houston. He's from Atlanta, so Atlanta claims him a little bit. But he started comedy here. He got his breaks here. He got on TV from Austin, but still here, sort of.
Damn.
How do you get on TV from Austin?
Cap City back in the day. People say before Rogan moved here there was no industry, but that's untrue.
No,
Austin,
it was budding.
Austin was always the third big town in America. It wasn't even budding. It was Comedy Central came here and put 5 or 6 people on TV every year. They didn't do that anywhere else. They didn't do that in Boston, San Francisco, any of the other legacy comedy cities. They only went to Austin. IFC came here. They shot like people's half hours. Like you could see they're on Showtime still. Natasha Leggero did one, Moshe Kasher, a bunch of people. Mac Blake, who I don't know if he does stand up anymore, hilarious Austin comedian, hosted all of them, and he was like the host of like 6 of the tapings. There was quite a bit of industry. I knew like 15 comics that all had like managers or talent reps, whatever, because the amount of people that would come just to judge funniest person in Austin. You guys don't understand. Funniest person in Austin, if you get it past the second round, you'll be seen by like a Comedy Central booker, the casting development person from NBC.
So
like,
it's a big thing.
It was always a big thing since like 2011, like 2009.
Wow.
It's been a big thing for a while. Like Austin. So Broussard went up there and did a guest spot for another Houston comic, Bob Biggerstaff.
Oh yeah, we know Bob.
Bobby
B.
Two Pizzas. And somebody from Comedy Central or somebody from Cap, I think, was like, "Hey, you're really funny to Broussard. You should come back for the industry showcase." You know, they had a Comedy Central showcase, and shortly after he got on, I believe Adam Devine had a Comedy Central like stand-up showcase show or whatever.
Oh, he had the house party.
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
I love that show, man.
And that's
I found
Broussard's
so
first
many
TV credits.
Yeah, because there's so many like guys I'd never heard of that ended up being super famous.
Huge.
Pete Davidson, nobody knew who. Pete Davidson wasn't even on SNL yet when he did that show. There's so many other guys.
It was just
I
like
love
an
that
18-year-old
show.
kid or whatever.
Yeah, and their little skits in between. I just like the workaholic guys.
It was good. I like that they took. You need big famous guy to be like, let me present to you maybe the future of comedy, because that's the only compromise. People aren't going to be like, besides Don't Tell, which you have to give it to them. They did such an incredible job with the videos.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Besides Don't Tell, everybody else
bit.
has kind of like nobody's been able to replicate Comedy Central's like premium blend and half hour value of breaking new comedians besides the one and only Kill Tony.
Yeah, and they just
Kill
kinda
Tony.
like
that's a
freak
whole
shows.
bit different bag of worms.
It's a bag of worms, maybe, but it's the most successful trade-off you get in comedy in terms of like, if you're good in 7 minutes, you can have a career by like people talk about how the Tonight Show used to be in the late 70s and 80s. Hey man, if you were so funny in 4.5 minutes, because it wasn't even 5 minutes.
Yeah,
You had to finish in 4:25 or whatever. Clean. And then you go to the couch with Johnny.
If he
and
calls you over.
If he calls you over, and then you
you over,
impress
say,
that philanderer, and if he likes you, then maybe you get a sitcom. Isn't it so much easier that you get on Kill Tony, you get 1 minute, which is not censored. You can say whatever you want, all your horrible jokes. And then all you have to do is talk to Roseanne and Pauly Shore for 8 minutes, make that funny, slip that bitch an Ambien, you know what I mean? Make her funny again. And then boom, now you have a career. Now you're touring, you're on SNL. Kill Tony is bigger than the Tonight Show was.
Yeah.
Whether people, the haters, the detractors, anybody wants to.
I guess that was my next question. Is like for a guy who's been around long, what do you think about Kill Tony? But
I went on it in 2019, which is funny because it was like it was about to turn the corner into getting big, but it wasn't big yet. It was like if you had a good set on there.
It was FUBU.
No, that's kind of funny. Yeah, it was for comics by comics.
Yeah.
It was. I had a good set and an okay interview because when you're funny right away, sometimes and he doesn't have anything necessarily to pull something weird out of you, it could be a little bit. If you don't have something to meet him with, it could be a little weird. You know what I mean? The interview is just like, okay, you're funny at comedy. Let's just tell some story. You know what I mean? So like, it was an okay interview, but it didn't do nothing for me, except for 80 comics from like Mongolia and Eastern Europe. Like every comic in Romania followed me from that.
really,
Yeah, and I got to develop a little bit of a relationship with a bunch of Romanian comics, like guys who perform in Romanian.
yeah.
Oh, and
That's sick.
comedy in Romania is fucking huge.
Yeah.
I've been telling him about it.
Stand up
Yeah.
blew up in like 2016, 17 internationally. But when it hits a new country, it starts over in the 1980s culturally.
So
Yeah.
we were talking about this with a Polish comic that he's going to be here tonight at Secret Group.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Who?
Tomek
Kowicki.
Okay.
Kowicki. I don't
He's
know if
pretty popular over there. He goes on the road with all those big guys. They do like stadiums and shit.
Sure.
And
The
I
appetite's
I
big in
didn't
Europe.
even know there's a whole different world out there. They had like this Netflix show, like Comedians of the World, and I thought that was really cool.
That was a
They
few
had-
years ago, right?
Yeah,
Where Neil
they had-
Brennan was part of it, and
Mhm.
like,
they did the America,
Yeah,
and then they did
yeah.
like Brazil, and then they, did stand up in.
dude, there's so many like mega celebrity comedians in Brazil. You look on their Instagram, they have like 8 million followers,
Yeah.
and you're like, that guy doesn't speak English. I
Yeah.
don't know unless I watch the subtitles. And with the subtitles, by the way, some
It's
stand up
still-
can be funny, but not a lot. It's very
I
hard.
kind of, but it's interesting.
It is.
You can hear the cadence and the
That-
timing.
the cadence, and like I don't know. There's more to it. You realize that there's more to
There's
it. Than
so
just-
much more. It's not about what you're saying at all. It's
Yeah.
about how you're saying stuff and how long you're holding on a word and you're whatever.
The
It's all
Fudets.
there you go.
You hit one of
That's
those?
y'all fucking in Romania. That's good, dude. That's a better accent than on the phone the other day.
Dude, that was.
Yeah, dude.
He
I thought-
speaks like foreigner Romanian.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I speak like redneck, like pure, like real
really dude.
nasty
Dude,
Eastern European
Yeah, like
shit.
he has his sister
You're
in his
faux
trunk.
Romanian.
Băiete, bă.
Well, băiete, bă.
Fraiere, uite, bă, suntem aici
Bă, coaie.
cu autiști din ăștia. No, we're not going to do the whole thing.
That'd be
but-
awesome if you guys just.
I
10
don't think
minutes
I
of just-
could. I have a Romanian. I speak Romanian like I'm talking to my grandmother.
Like he could say all the words, right? The pronunciation isn't always there, but he understands all of it. He knows
Yeah.
the order of the. It's hard to conjugate these fucking words, right? Like imagine if the word "fucking" you had to adapt to who was saying it. Are we fucking? They? Them? Us? They, them?
I'm already lost. I'm already lost.
You have to change it every time.
Jesus.
That's every verb.
Okay.
So
And add feminine and masculine to
And
it.
you started with that.
That was my starting shit.
Okay.
I was born in
So
that.
English was probably just like the shit.
I mean,
easy,
Romanian
dude.
was
No,
my
English-
first language too, but I mean,
Were you born here?
yeah.
Damn, so they worked hard to make sure Romanian was your first language.
Yeah.
Or are your parents kind of weaker at English?
No, well, a little bit. They still have deep accents.
Same from mine.
Like-
They're good at, their English is great. They understand everything, but their accent sometimes really
Yeah.
slips out.
David, they
David,
always hit one of
yeah.
those. David, the food.
Yes.
That's about it.
There's an old Russell Peters joke where like no matter how good someone's accent is, like get them to say squirrel, and they're like, oh, there it is. You're
Squirrel.
fucking squirrel. Oh.
Dude, my mom one time, I was sitting at my computer when I was like 14, and my mom comes in. I'm sitting there on like Skype or something with a friend, and she comes up behind me. She's like, David, how do you say this country? And points at a map, and it's Niger.
Yeah.
And
Foreigners love that one.
and
Is this the same country they talked about in our national anthem? No, I promise. It's not.
she hits hard R.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, it's not that. And she's like, okay, and then leaves.
Okay, good. I had a little bit of that too because I learned English. Like my parents learned English in school, but they learned Victorian like British.
Oh
No.
So it was maladaptive. They had to relearn a lot of shit. And they luckily got a lot of movies and like, media is how you learn a lot of stuff. So they had
Right.
understood that what they knew wasn't exactly great, but they learned more when they got here. And I was learning English at the same time. So they were like, what'd you learn at school? Come on, give it up. What do you got there? And I was learning English from black women from New York. So half the shit that I would tell them, they would have to go to HR and be like, all right, you can't say this anymore. This is not.
Yeah, why is your mom saying on God?
But I ended up learning basically this like non-regional dialect. I don't have a southern dialect, even though I grew up here. And I feel like it's like it helped me with music. It gave me like tone appreciation. You know what I mean?
Sound Midwestern like
yeah,
sportscaster.
I sound.
kinda.
Thank you. Yeah. When I worked in the radio for a while, so some of that was broadcaster,
Seeped
a little bit training, but most of it is trying to sound like books on tape and the people that I learned English from, which was if you learn English before you're like 12, you don't have your garbage accent from the before countries. You get to like kind of
Pick your own. I gotta fucking
sort of. You'll always have a couple little tells.
That's interesting. It is right about that age.
Yeah, it's
I
before
know other
12.
people.
So
After 12, you can learn a language, but that's just gonna be on your mouth.
I have a cousin, gay.
And that's
Go
the
on.
accent.
No. So he does a gay British accent, but he's Romanian, and now he lives in London, living his dangerous lifestyle. but it's whenever he came to the United States, he would like talk in this British accent, and we're like, "Come on, dude."
That's not you.
Yeah, and then he would speak his gay Romanian, and we're like, "All right, that's
yeah.
better."
It's weird though because you think like if I spent I don't know. Do you ever go to Romania?
I haven't been in about 10 years now.
Lucky. I go every year
Dang.
for like a month for
Yeah.
like a long ass time.
My parents used to ship me off.
Same in the summer.
Oh yeah,
Dude, that's
grandma's
the
village.
Best way to grow up. What
Yeah.
part of Romania are you from?
Brasov.
Oh, it's my favorite part of Romania. Oh my
The
god.
mountains are fucking
It's in the
insane.
middle of Transylvania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful city built by Saxons, old 15th century Germans.
Mhm.
Oh,
It's
and
got
the
a
women.
it's got a Hollywood sign on top of it, but it
That
says
says
Brasov.
Yeah, I've showed him pictures.
Yeah, it's so
It's
small.
really fun. Yeah.
Cobblestone
So-
roads.
I was just there May or June.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
nice.
That's cool. You
My
see-
in-laws came to Romania and we showed them most of the country, like went like a big ass tour.
Yeah, dude.
Your in-laws aren't Romanian.
No. I married a nice
White?
American white. I'm doing anything to make sure I'm staying.
Got the green?
There's no. I got my own passport too, but I need a backup plan.
Oh,
yeah.
But
Yeah,
A lot of tits in Romania.
they say it's the hottest women in the world.
Is that true?
Well, that's what other people say, not even us. Like people who measure women's hotness, you know,
It's like
gooners, I
autism.
believe. Yeah.
There's a spectrum.
But the men look like me and him. Like
Yeah.
it's really mean to these hot ladies, and we're not even like nicer to them because they're so hot. We're like, shut up.
Is it, I don't know if that's what you're used to.
It's a fucked up place. I feel so bad. Like my cousin is, she's always like dating some of the worst people. I'm like, you're in America, you would have people like flying you out and buying you things or whatever.
Yeah.
But here you just have to like deal with like, yeah, this guy's married.
You're 6 foot blonde, and you married a troll.
It's so rough for women there. They have the worst free market of dating I've ever seen in my life.
Well, we got to keep those numbers low.
They yearn for communism. They think it was a fake revolution staged by the British. They want to go back. It was better as a People's
We
Republic.
gotta ship them over here.
Mm-hmm.
I can see you salivating. You need to don't touch these Romanian women.
Passport bros love Romania. What do you think fucking, what's his name? The big pimp that lives there.
Tate.
Oh,
Yeah, you think Andrew Tate went there
Yeah.
because the bitches are ugly? Dude?
Yeah. Yeah.
A professional Muslim woman
dude.
hater came to our country.
Yeah.
That's how good the
Yeah.
fucking style
Damn,
is.
to be professional at Muslim
And it's funny because like the locals are like, we have our own sex trafficking. We don't need some fucking goddamn Turk coming here teaching us how to be mean to women. I show you.
Oh, this is the second Turk invasion. This is damn.
The Turk Tate invasion.
Turk Tate. The Tater Turk.
The Tater Turk. It's
Damn.
their time, dude.
Is he still over there?
He's still
Yeah.
over there.
Wow.
He's
You
doing a
live
lot
it-
of good. I keep seeing videos of his compound, and I'm like, I want one.
I thought he
want a
lived in a
compound.
castle or something.
Yeah, no, he lives in a compound because the castles are not. You don't want to live in them. I mean,
No.
even if you can buy like a multi-million-dollar castle, you're like, ooh, great. Now I live on 15th century.
No
standards. Like,
AC. Nice.
they had
Oh,
one.
I thought you could. I don't know.
Yeah, you could kind of modernize it, but like eventually, if it's a real castle, they're gonna be like, no, you can't move any of this shit. This is like historical, whatever. You know what I mean? You got to live like the king.
I guess I didn't think that.
Eat
through.
some uncooked shrimp and take a shit in the one bathroom.
In the bathroom, it's open air too,
Yeah.
and it falls down off the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Castles used to sound so cool.
So in my grandparents are from villages near Suceava, which is like a really small city near the Ukrainian border.
Yeah.
And in their village houses, one of them did have a bathroom, but the other one did not. Like it was just straight out house, no running water. We brought water in every morning from a well. I pissed in a bucket that sometimes stayed in the kitchen. Probably shouldn't have, but you know, it was fun.
Dude, I empathize with this so much. You remember the toilets where the fucking thing is all
The
the way
toilet's
up
up
there?
top, and you
Why
have
is
to
it
pull on
up
a
there?
thing because it used
Gravity?
the gravity of the water to flush the thing. Yeah.
I was like, why the fuck would you put it up there? The one at home is like down there.
The plumbing was it was created during like a Stalinist era when it was made to like kind of help thousands more people than they could really support.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? So everything was about efficiency, optimizing stuff. They did some smart shit. Like they would use the extra when they made electricity, like generated hot water, and they'd be like,
yeah.
let's give that hot water to people and use that for heating and stuff. So
Yeah,
like,
but if you
the whole city was like a bunch of pipes and all this like you still see that when you go to Romania. There's all this yellow piping everywhere.
Romania is fucking. It's very backwards in the fucking villages because, I've told this story on the pod, but we used to have this like retarded gypsy kid, and I've gotten told that gypsy is a slur now,
Yeah.
so I'll
God,
use
I
it
love it when he talks
sparingly.
about gypsies.
Yeah, we
They
have
say it's a slur, but I'm like, tell that to the Gypsy Kings.
the Kangs.
The Kangs. We was Kang.
And this retarded boy, he would run along the middle, the villages. It's just one highway.
Okay,
straight
pick
in the
Gypsy or
middle.
retard. You got to pick a. No, I'm kidding.
No, you.
They mean the same thing.
Yeah,
No.
both of
He's being gratuitous with his.
I
No.
thought they were thieves.
That's why we hate them, because I'm like, Ken, you're supposed to not be good at this. No, I'm kidding.
dude. He was so retarded, running through the streets of a highway, like in the middle of the village, and he would always try to get me to play with him in the highway, and I've gotten tricked a couple times. But you really know, like, okay, they're not doing anything to help this guy.
No.
And here
No, there's no infrastructure for him.
There's no
in America,
special ed
you
over
see
there.
that guy playing on the highway, people are calling people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
CPS is notified.
Yeah. But
Here the government's like, I knew that's what they were doing. That's what I told you they were doing.
they're animals.
yeah. That's how our most progressive politicians will speak about people.
Really?
They are animals, and Hitler was right about something. You're like, okay, thank you, Mr.
My grandma, before,
Popescu.
before my grandma died, she would constantly mock my mother for having a gypsy friend. And
Yeah.
it was the funniest
They'd be
thing.
like, you
to
have
everybody.
black friends.
That's insane.
They would call them crows in my
Yep.
language.
Really?
Choroi.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, feel
These-
free to use that one.
They still over there?
Yeah,
They're still hanging out?
they're about. Last time I looked it up, 3 to 5% of the population, something like that. But it's
But
probably
50% of the okay.
No, they're. I think they're even bigger because people don't like know how to like count like mixed race people and like all that, which is a bunch of weird race science mumbo jumbo nonsense anyway.
Right.
But they're a big part culturally because the same way black people are the cultural engine of this country. Gypsy music is the cultural engine, and gypsy like stuff is the cultural engine of Romania.
Really?
Yeah, Manele music, like, and it's not just indigenous to Romania, Hungary, Bulgaria, all the different
dude, like that
countries.
boxer Tyson Fury's a gypsy, or he
Yeah,
comes
he's
from
a
gypsies.
UK gypsy.
It got all the way over
different.
there.
Okay, but like
They're just
They're like
Indian.
a
They're
race.
whitewashed.
They're Indian people.
Uh-huh.
They got to Europe in like the 13th through 15th century. I don't remember when. And when they got there, the Europeans did the Louis bit to them. They're like, "You from Egypt?" They're like, "No, we're from India." They're like, "You're gypsy. You're from Egypt." That's what the slur means.
Really?
It's Egypt, like you're gypsy. You know what I mean?
Wow,
Like,
dude.
yeah, it's got like
we
a.
learn something every
Yeah.
time on this.
I'm
podcast.
always teaching race stuff.
Yeah.
Let me measure your skull, bro.
Did I mention I run a phrenology pod?
Well, that's the sponsor on the pod, actually.
Get your skull scalpels.
Yeah.
Promo code choke.
Yeah. Blue Chew, they also do a skull measuring thing.
Blue Jew.
Yeah. Blue.
Yeah, Tyson Fury. I was like, dude, you're a big ass white dude. I thought like the gypsies are these little brown guys.
Do you
know?
remember the Holocaust poem?
No.
First they came for?
Oh, okay, yes.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Do you remember the first line?
First they came for them and I did nothing.
No.
Something,
Shut up.
something.
First they came for the communists and I did nothing, for I was not a communist. or whatever.
Okay, yes.
Then they came for the gypsies. The problem is the order that people were persecuted in the Holocaust. Jews are like third or fourth. First was communists and gypsies. And a lot of Europe was like, okay, Hitler did some cool things.
And then you really start.
I mean,
striking
why do
swords.
we have to besmirch this man all the time? So it gets real complex.
Yeah. So
I like Romani people. That's their technical name.
That's their. Oh yes.
But Romanians are like, this is too close to our own name. Romani, it's going to confuse people. And we do our own stealing, so we don't need that.
Yeah, but everybody thinks we're from Rome. So it doesn't
Well,
matter.
that's another fun gimmick we do, where
Yeah.
we were this country called Dacia, which is the name.
Now it's a car.
That's the name of our car manufacturer. We kept fucking with the edge of the Roman Empire, and the Romans were like, "You keep fucking with us, we're gonna come over there and kill your emperor." And we're like, "No, shut up." And then they did it. And our emperors killed themselves. They were like, "I'm not going down. I know what's up." And they dominated us, and they made us speak Latin, vulgar Latin, or whatever. And that's why we still are a Latin enclave in a bunch of Slavic surrounded countries. That was about 200 years where they were culturally our daddies or whatever. The rest of it were Turkish. Romanian people hate hearing that. But we
I
were
am not Turk.
we were under sort of the domination of the Ottomans for like 800 years. We have more words in our current Romanian vocabulary that come from Turkish than do any Dacian.
I thought we were like the closest Latin-based language.
We are the most original Latin-based language by just like some of the vernacular, some of the grammar, some of the, you know what I mean? But the reality is we also have the most of these Turkish, I don't know, I'm not going to call them Arabic or whatever, but it's Turkish lend words. Bakshish. You ever heard the word for bribe?
Nope.
I mean, that's what it is. There's a bunch of words for bribe in Romanian, actually. It's not one of
That's
Anyway,
pretty hot.
we got a lot of Turkish words, and we don't identify as Turkish at all. We're like, we are pure white-blooded Europeans. We are on the right side of the Holocaust. We helped with it. But I think one of the reasons we protested so much is we were this huge ambiguous racial mix, like everybody in the fucking Balkans.
Yeah.
And there's a reason, like you look at the, skin complexity of my family. Some of them are fucking pale. Some of them are like dark Italian looking, and they're like, "We are all white Aryans." I'm like, whatever you got to say, dog.
Okay, Grandma.
Yeah, yeah.
Make the Sadamala a little bit better.
I forgot how we got to this, but we got a lot of Turkish culturally and vocabulary wise and whatever. But we're always trying to stunt on how Latin we are and how we're like, we're just like Spain and France and whatever. I'm like, have you been to those places? Because I've been to Romania and I've been all the surrounding countries, and we act
this
like
place is a shithole.
we act like Poland and Greece and
Guys
Bulgaria.
smoke a lot of cigarettes.
That's the only commonality we have with Western Europe.
You smoke a lot
is
of
we make the same kinds of bad decisions. We also drink alcohol during daytime and drive. Yes,
That's fine.
but
Sounds pretty cool to me.
we're Slavs cosplaying as Latin because we were the last, colony of the Roman
Okay.
Empire culturally,
All right.
I mean,
or one of the last ones.
You were born in Romania, no?
Straight up, yeah.
Okay, so you had like a transition period.
I was 3 though when I came over, so I just remember coming to America, and then one summer I stayed here, and then every other summer they sent me back for the whole 2.5, 3 months.
Really?
So I spent at least, I don't know, a cumulative 2-3 years in Romania. Because I was there every fucking summer.
yeah.
And sometimes missed some of the school year, the beginning first 2 weeks of school.
Oh,
sometimes
yeah,
I
we're
missed.
always...
My grandparents were fucking selfish, and they were like, no, they got the extra 2 weeks. We need 2 weeks. And he has school. And they're like, American school is teaching him be trans. There's no good for... we will teach him. We will teach him cosmonaut. And no, they were closer to Russia, so they were worried about it before America.
Whoa.
Trans?
Yeah, that's the...
Really?
I always tell people, I'm like, we're closer to Russian disinformation, so we get it before you guys.
Oh wow.
The
Russians were onto the trans.
No, well, I'm just joking. I think all the stuff right-wing people are scared of and whatever. Russian people are like,
You said
yes,
that,
that's a
and I was
good thing.
Dude, the Russians are way ahead of us.
What,
They're
trans surgeries?
Dude, they were on the trans before us.
Give him,
What the fuck?
give him pussy.
Iran is the country that is the way most on the trans before.
Oh,
us.
yeah.
If you're gay in Iran, they're like, this is wrong.
One
But-
of you pick.
Yeah, so you have to just get the surgery, and one of you becomes
A woman.
or vice versa. They have some of the highest ratio outside of Thailand and the U.S. of trans people because the government's like, we pay for your pussy, this is yours now,
Wow.
but you don't
A
be gay with it.
state-funded crotch.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And they
That's
ask those people,
crazy.
they're like, do you like being trans? They're like, no, I don't. I am just gay. I'm a
I
gay
wonder
guy.
how they make that decision between the two of them.
And do you
No, I don't
still-
think they pick one or the. I don't know how. That's a funny bit, but I think when they catch people, because they don't always make you turn out your lovers or whatever. But when there's some blackmail, compromise, something, whatever, because that's usually what happens in those societies. When it's illegal to be gay, usually a lot of people are still gay. They just don't arrest you until they want to for some reason, and then they have all this backlog of blackmail. We caught you being gay 7 years ago. You're like, wait, but that was you I kissed it right on the butthole.
I thought we were something.
Yes, I am a first-hand source for this.
Ahmed, please.
You said I was special, man.
They have a whole division of the police that's like, we catch you
The
being
gay squad. It's Vice. They're doing
Nobody move! Hands where I said hands! Yeah.
That's crazy. That's basically what Epstein was doing, right? Just with the young
Oh,
chicks.
he was the Vice squad for pedophiles.
No. I see what he's just creating blackmail.
Yeah.
Yeah, because isn't that a great question? Why was Epstein's Island in the U.S. when there's so many countries where the age of consent is lower than what the age of those?
Yeah, probably because it was
Victims.
easier to get there.
Yeah, you want to take 4 hours to fuck a kid, or do you want to fly 18 to go to Thailand?
It's 14. The age of consent is 14 in Colombia. So I don't think and I think that's closer than Epstein's Island was for especially the guys in L.A.
okay.
So and by the way, I only know that because there's the internet.
I've done
I'm not,
research.
I'm
not
not
because
interested for nasty guy purposes. I just read everybody's age of consent so I can be racist to them about it.
Yeah.
What?
I think that's one of the few things you could be progressively racist when you meet someone. Then they're like, "Hey, my country, Japan, is better than yours." I'm like, "Yeah, but your age of
It's
consent was
12.
12 until
Yeah.
2020."
What?
Yeah, it recently
And I
became.
went to Japan after 2020. So
He's
I'm on the
still
up and up.
a rule breaker. Yeah. Japan will. They love to do marketing, but
What? Well, they sexualize
Everything.
so
Oh,
much.
But so many tentacles.
animals, seafood.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, they eat them and they fuck them. That's insane.
Yeah.
Wait. So what's the
Speaking
age of
about a
consent there
cookbook.
now?
I don't know. I think it's 16. I don't. It's either 16 or 18. I remember seeing that it had changed to something more modern, but I don't remember. I've read so many ages of consent. I can't remember them.
What about Romania?
Romania? I think it's 18, and then they have the thing how they
If your
have.
family is
No.
like,
It's the if you're in high school, right? So if an 18-year-old has sex with a 16-year-old, they have whatever the laws are
cool
called.
guy
here.
laws.
It's not parental consent or something, whatever. But in the South, the age of consent is 17, but that doesn't mean a 70-year-old can have sex with a 17-year-old. It just means that a
He
19-year-old
just has to enroll again.
Yeah.
a 19-year-old won't be criminally prosecuted if they have sex with their 17-year-old girlfriend they both met when they were in high school. It's made for children dating each other. It's not made for pedophiles to have a
Because
loophole.
it's 17 here, I think.
So I think it's 16 and 18 in Romania for what I just said. But just like in England where it's 16 and 18, there's rules, right? So if someone's your teacher, they can't take advantage of the 16 whatever If someone is like, your boss or
sucks.
something.
I remember like my cousin,
Yeah.
she was dating like a 24-year-old when she was 16.
Oh.
And then she came to the United States like a couple months back with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
And we were all hanging out at some bar in downtown Houston. And I brought that up, and I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Because I was like, hey, remember when you did that? That was
Yeah.
creepy,
That was
right?
weird.
Remember when you were a
And then
grown
she's
man?
like, I don't remember that.
like, shut
I'm
up.
like, no, but And I'm like, fuck.
He was a drug dealer. I needed.
And now she's
Shut
a
the fuck
lawyer.
up, David.
Yep. That's always how it turns out. She
Yeah.
learned from that.
Yeah.
She learned the laws.
Wait, are they still together?
No, she's with a new guy now. The new guy is so cool.
Oh, okay.
He's like a badass. He's like tatted up. He's a detective in Romania.
What?
Ooh, love that.
He's yoked. He plays Counter-Strike. I'm like, dude, add me on Steam. Let's fucking game.
I don't like cops, but I like Romanian cops because they're almost always dirty.
Oh, yeah.
And like, everyone say all cops are bastards. I'm like, yeah, especially the crooked ones. Those are the only kind of good cops I ever fuck with.
Yeah.
People that can be bought. That's
Yeah.
My dad we've gotten pulled over in Romania, and my dad's like, here's $100.
Yeah,
This'll
I've
feed
seen a
you for
bribe
month."
happen probably 1,500 times in my life.
Yeah.
In Romania.
They
They have signs as soon as you land at the airport. It's like, don't give bribes, and then on the other hand, it's like, don't take bribes.
That was Andrew
Who's this
Tate's
for?
whole thing, dude. He was like, I can fucking bribe everybody here in America. Only the elite can.
That's how you know he's not really a real criminal and he's just cosplaying. Because I'm like, what idiot would admit to bribing?
Mhm.
If you bribe, you go, damn, I don't know. It's weird. These cops have never come over
Yeah.
and bothered me because I see them every Thanksgiving and Christmas when I'm giving them a truckload of cigarettes. That's how real criminals do it. Not fucking Twitch streaming all day and be like, you know what a real man is? A man is a man who gives the money to the police and tells them, I own you.
No, man is a man.
Now the cops have to, like, who they're taking bribes all day long, they have to show their boss, like, man, we have to arrest this guy. He keeps telling on himself.
You can't be stupid and a criminal. That's what I've learned.
I don't know. That's a Romanian expression. You ever heard that? So
No.
"Tâlnit hoțul cu prostul."
Yeah, actually, I have.
When a
Fuck, I
when an idiot and a thief meet, it's a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Sometimes though, it can be tricky to rob a dumb person because you spend your whole life figuring out how to fleece smart people. Then you meet a dumb person. You're like, this is hard. This is really
playing
hard
on-
to steal from this guy.
Yeah.
This is playing on Legendary. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
damn. So I need to take a ball peen hammer to the head. I need to start dumbing down a little
Do you
bit.
speak from experience, Radu?
About which part? Robbing? Yeah. When it comes to robbing the retarded, I'm for it because I harbor ill will for them. Honestly, a lot of people love them, but me, I see them as competition in comedy. I see them as potential golden ticket winners that are coming in on my they're coming in on my territory. As comedians that do abhorrent material, that's my fucking ticket to
Yeah, every time I go to this line, I wear a crooked helmet. I'm fucking slurring my words.
Yes.
That line. Have you ever been to the Kill Tony line
I went
recently?
this month. I went and signed up a couple times. I'm like, I'm trying to get on. Redman is like my friend. He follows me on Instagram, and he won't let me fucking slip in through the cracks. There's a whole recommendation thing. People do get recommended, but it's only by like I think other regulars
Adam Egget
or
or something.
huge comics or something. So it's
Yeah.
not even worth trying. But I went and signed up. Yeah, it's a weird experience. It is a bizarre time over there. I mean, they make it kind of fun a little bit too, but it's also like, dude, every kind of person is here.
Yo, man, I went
so
once.
many
I went-
types of retarded.
every part of the spectrum is represented
dude,
perfectly.
There's wheelchair retarded. There's just regular retarded.
Dude, a lot of wheelchairs.
Yeah.
A lot of wheelchairs.
No elevators for how many wheelchairs there are.
Yeah, I went once. And it
Maybe
was
there
just
is
a
an elevator, I
fucking
didn't
freak
see it.
show. There was an old lady with like fucking
Tie-dye
clown
hair.
tie-dye hair, and she was in a wheelchair, and she just looked like she was about to die. And it was like, where am I?
It's intense.
I'm just gonna get hammered at this
It's
bar.
intense, and there's rules, and they're always like, "Don't get hammered." I'm like, "Well, why do you have a $10 liquor pitcher if that's what you don't
Yeah,
want me to?"
they're like, don't get hammered, but like, hey, if you buy a beer, you get 2 free shots. Like, what?
Who?
How do you know I like deals so
What
much?
kind of comedy
know I'm
brained
Jewish?
moron
like, get the fuck out of
came up with this? But it is. Once you get past the like, all right, I don't like signing up for open mics and doing that, whatever. You know, it's kind of a interesting experience. But
I
I
want to go back. It's just I'm so like new into comedy, even though it's
you
like
gotta have a
2
killer
years.
1 minute ready
Exact-
and a killer interview ready.
I have all that planned out.
Good.
I know exactly what I'm gonna do, but
Good.
it's a lot of work.
Do you watch the show?
I watch parts of it.
You
I
should
like
watch
Ari
sometime.
Maddie. I watch. I skip
Take
over
a
all the
full
bombs.
episode in sometimes. See what makes things happen. See what go up and down. You know what I mean? Because it's the Tonight Show. It's people in the '80s probably didn't want to watch Johnny Carson every night, but you're like that. You got to do
gotta
that
see
for
what's
your
happening.
job. You know what I mean? Like it's fucking.
Part of me wants to, but other part of me is like, I want to get way better at comedy first. I want to have 20, 30 minutes.
You
first.
can watch the show and get better at comedy. You don't have to. You know what I mean?
Sign up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's my plan going
Plus,
forward.
David, you signed up like so many times.
Yeah.
Like, dude, out of all the Houston comics, a lot of Houston comics get pulled. A lot of our guys got pulled. David's probably gone way more than any of them, and he's never been pulled.
I did the same thing. They would come through town when it was a traveling show. I signed up for 3 years before I got on.
It's crazy.
And I only sign up twice a year, basically. But like, then all of my friends, like 11 of my friends, would get on a show, and I'm like, nope, not me.
Yeah.
You live in L.A. now, no?
I moved to LA. Yeah.
Damn. So, were you? You said you've done Kill Tony. Was that in L.A.?
No, that was in Houston. That was at the Secret Group.
Oh shit, that was the pop-up show.
It was when it was a touring show still.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, they would go through
I thought
all
they
of
was did it
Texas.
at the comedy stores.
Every Monday at the Comedy Store, and then every now and again they would go on tour. They would do like either like a stand-up show and then Kill Tony, or Kill Tony and then a stand-up show, whatever. Like a weird.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not weird. It was cool. It was really fucking cool, and all the comics. It was a good way before they had a great audience on the road. It's a great way to make the audience all comedians that were signing up to be in the. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then quite a lot of people started going to it. After a while, comics had to start paying to get in because the show itself was
For
sold
the
out.
arenas, it's free now.
Of course, but I'm
That's
saying
insane.
just like when Secret Group in like 2018, 2019, we
pay
had to
for the
start
ticket.
paying because it was selling so well. It was already like a popular show then. It wasn't a fucking giant theater act like it is now, but they were selling out at least one night or two shows in one night in any comedy venue, even back then.
That's crazy.
But it was the funny thing that happened is the power went out because it was the Secret Group, so it was a shit show.
Yeah.
Everything that went wrong could go wrong.
Yeah.
That's
And
every show at Secret Group.
Somehow enough power was still going for the mics to work, but not the lights.
Jolly was putting in overtime.
Oh my God! Yeah, he was just like letting himself get shocked through the wires, so that Red Band could still do like.
Zemenya. And
They're like, just keep getting him drunk, dude. He doesn't mind the zappies. He's a team player.
Drew Holloway in the corner doing the fucking dick between the legs bit.
But the whole crowd took their phones out and turned their lights on, and that was kind of cool. They
That's
they were the lighting team for the show.
Oh
That's
shit.
pretty cool.
That was tight.
That's pretty cool. Well, how long you been in LA?
2.5 years, something like that.
What part do you say?
Right, I live where WeHo kind of ends and just becomes regular Ho.
Oh yeah.
It's like right on the demarcation line, La Brea,
Yeah.
and Sunset.
That's cool. Well, like, what are all the spots you get up at? Like the Ha-Ha, the fucking Flappers and shit.
Never been up at a Ha-Ha. I got up at Flappers before I lived in LA a long time ago. I'm in development at the store, so I get like, if I'm cool, a spot a week. There was a while I wasn't getting booked there because I, got in a fucking fight with Jeff Dye. But
Oh shit!
not a fight, just
That's his boy.
two crackers
That's my
yelling.
boy, Jeff Dye.
You like terrible comedy?
Well, he just he's I like Jeff Dye. He was nice to me.
Yeah. That's mostly what people say because they'll join me in the shit talking and be like, "He's
He
really
lo-
nice to me." I'm like, "I know he was nice to me for a while too." Then
Well, can I ask what happened?
he made a joke about Bill Burr, and it wasn't really even a joke. He was just like talking shit about Bill Burr. So I was like, "Okay, let me do the same thing and see if you're still a freedom of speech guy when I do it about you." So I made a joke about Jeff Dye. I just put it on my story. A lot of people really liked it.
Yeah.
Jeff Dye was the only person that stood up for Jeff Dye. He DM'd me immediately. He's like, "Don't worry about what I'm up to." And I was like, "Whoa, Batman! I figured you'd be like racing to suck my dick because I'm speaking my feelings and saying all the freedom of speech stuff." He was like, "You don't know me at all." And I was like, "This is very gay behavior. I don't care about knowing you. It's a joke. I'm making fun of you."
That's so interesting.
He got super, and then he said a bunch of stuff, and I was like, "Listen, man, I don't believe you're actually as retarded as your Bill Burr take." Like, he was saying he thinks Bill Burr doesn't speak his mind enough, and then he used a bunch of clips that weren't Bill Burr's stand-up. It was just out of context interview stuff, and I was like, "Well, in his stand-up, he like makes fun of Israel about Hamas or whatever." So I don't know what you're talking about.
And he did this on stage during his act.
Jeff?
Yeah.
No, this is just some rage bait he made.
Okay,
This
some
is just
podcast shit.
Some podcast shit.
And then yours was.
So then I took
same.
that clip and I was like, if you want to really laugh, here's Jeff talking about Bill Burr's comedy. That's like a fucking dog not liking cheese because the milk it once loved turned into something else. You know, like this is. Which, by the way, I repeated that joke in front of him, and he's like, I don't get it. And another comedian laughed when I said it. I was like, it's because you're retarded. You're violently stupid. And he's like, that's a mean thing to say. I'm like, it is, but it's also funny. Like, I figured you'd at least accept that it's funny. That's what I couldn't. He behaved in a way where I was like, DMing someone over a joke is like the strangest, weakest behavior you could ever do. There's nothing sadder in comedy. Apologizing for a joke is fine. That's not a big deal at all because a joke and an apology are the same thing. They don't matter at all.
Yeah.
But DMing a fellow comedian because you're a public figure, by the way, a guy who's on Piers Morgan.
Yeah.
And you're mad that
And
people are
Gutfeld.
Sorry, the king. I forgot. That is below any like open micer behavior I've ever seen. It's nearly schizophrenic. I was like, he DM'd me for 20 minutes, and then he was like, "Well,
You
don't."
guys had a full conversation.
Yeah, I'll show you the screenshots. And then he was like, "Well, don't feel proud that you said this because you didn't say it to my face." And then he was like, "I would love for you to say this to my face." And I was
let's
like,
FaceTime real quick.
I was like, "Okay, I'm going to find you immediately and say this to your." I took it as a threat. Whenever someone says, "I would love for you to say this to my face," what's the implication behind that?
Yeah.
Is it kissing?
Yeah.
Is that what it? Or
Then
it's
what
violence, right?
Yeah. What do we do? We're gonna fucking dance now.
Well,
No,
I'm
you're
ready
gonna
to fight.
fucking-
I'm down to. I'm from Houston. I have no career. I'm ready to kill this guy. And I see him at the Comedy Store, and I introduced myself at some point, and he was like, "Yeah, I know who you are." And I was like, I just laughed in his face. I was like, "Why? Why would you know who I am? I'm closer to an open micer than I am to whatever you are, like ginormous conservative sellout or whatever his fucking deal is." And so he just walked away. And then the second time I saw him, I just immediately started like kind of being antagonistic and aggressive and whatever. And he was like, "Why are you being like this?" And I was like, "Well, you threatened me, you fucking faggot." And he was like, "Whoa, I'm not. I would never hurt any." He like put his hands on my shoulder. He was like, "I would never hit anybody." I was like, "Is this some sort of like trick? Are you like a fucking retard or something?"
Is this fake LA people thing everybody be talking
He
about?
calls himself the last cowboy in LA. Do you understand? That's why I was like, "Oh, for sure he wants to fight." He's
Wait.
He's
Isn't
using
he
fighting
from
words.
Washington?
He's from Seattle.
I thought the last cowboy was Brendan Schaub.
That's the last cowboy that raped Jeff Dye. But
It's transmittable.
he's the last victim in LA somehow. With all these different diversities, Jeff Dye is the last big, huge victim comic in LA.
Wow.
Everybody hates him. And I was the one guy that was
Really?
like, I'll at least tell it to your face. I mean, all the comics there, even though he thinks people hate him because he's right wing. That's just something we make fun of him for. Nobody gave a shit. He's not political. He got into politics like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
He does not know ball.
Okay.
People hate him because he's an opportunist that doesn't realize how lucky he is to have a huge career, and he should just shut the fuck up about comedy.
Yeah.
He keeps taking shots at guys like Andy Haynes when he's
Well-
on Fox News. Nobody knows who that is.
I don't. When you said
Great
that,
comedian.
I was
like-
thinking Andy
Great
Huggins
comedian.
for a second. I was
Andy
like,
Haynes, if you don't know him, check him out. Rosebud Baker's husband.
I know he
Okay,
started
I
a
know her.
big beef with Mark Maron.
That's okay. That's punching up. That's someone bigger than you. But the idea, like, Jeff goes after comics that are like literally 1/15 the size of him. And I'm like, this is the saddest behavior from a talentless fuck I've ever seen. We all were cheering you on because you finally found something that builds you an audience. Because obviously stand-up comedy by itself was never going to be that. It had to be some sort of pandering.
Yeah.
He's got the perfect symmetrical face for it. But anyway, I'm not bitter.
It disappoints me because I like.
I know
Jeff Dye.
that's what disappointed me. And one of his boys, his feature, like texted me the other day. He's like, Jeff's not mad because I told him all this same shit, and he goes, Jeff kind of heard you out. He's like not mad at you anymore. He kind of thinks you're right. And I was like, I didn't respond because I wanted to keep the peace. But I was like, I'm kind of mad at him, and I still think he is a faggot.
What was
Capital F.
What was his boy's name?
My buddy Chris. But I'll tell you later. But it's his middle act. That guy that tours with him a lot.
Is it named Bowers?
That's my friend.
Bowers is cool, man.
He's the man.
Bowers is cool.
No strays of Bowers.
Yeah, dude. He gave me his phone number.
Bowers was the guy in the satin
I've known
suit?
Bowers for like 10 years.
Yeah, he was in the satin suit.
He was like the host of one of the first big comedy festival tournament things I ever did.
Yeah, he did a bunch of shit in like Indianapolis and stuff.
Okay.
He's the
I
man,
don't
dude.
know.
Bowers
He is
is
the man. And he's doing
Jeff Dye was the man too to me. Dude, Jeff Dye was cool as
dude,
fuck.
we all literally every time that I talk about, like, when he got passed at the Comedy Store, like 11 people threw a shit fit because they're like, "What the fuck?" And I was like one of the few people defending. I was like, "Dude, what are you losing your mind about?" He sells tickets, and he's easy to follow.
Yeah.
How could you complain about that?
Mm-hmm.
Who gives a shit? There are other people that are on this wall that are literal monsters and rapists. Who gives a shit? Who else gets?
I think Cosby's still on the wall, no?
They're never going to spray paint it off. Dalia has prime. It's like at child height. His fucking. It's right there
bro.
at like 3'5".
Oh man.
So people were losing their minds, and I was like one of the last guys defending Jeff Dye. But then he behaved the way he behaved to me, where I was like, dude, okay, you can like. I think he doesn't understand because maybe he's not into sports or something, but like him saying that about Bill Burr, him of all people, it's like when Pat Bev told Steph Curry, he's like, the next 5 years are mine. I'm like, dog, the take is so bad. We have to make fun of you. Otherwise, people are going to think we're retarded.
Yeah, but the Pat Bev thing's different. Pat Bev is just trying to get a career on ESPN. So he just says crazy wild shit.
Jeff Dye's not trying to get a career on a talk show,
He's
right?
just picking.
He's not trying to say salacious.
Not by picking on you, though.
I'm not saying that to me. I'm saying when he was picking on Bill Burr for not speaking his mind.
I
thought it was such a bad take.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, if I don't follow Jeff. It just came across my feed. And I was like, dude, if you have eyes and you see this and you don't comment about it, it makes you look like you're stupid. Because I thought it was rage bait. I was like, oh, he made this to like make people like me mad. There's no way he actually believes that Bill Burr of all people doesn't speak his mind. Because his joke was that
he made a career off.
His joke was that he's like, Bill Burr's a woke Hollywood actor now, so he doesn't speak his mind. I'm like, oh, this is like bad faith, not like real argument. This is like what women do, like it's like retarded behavior. But it got me. And this is the sad thing where like I realized that same day I thought everybody was clowning on Jeff. It's just that every comedian I knew was making fun of him with the little green star for your close friends.
Oh.
So they were just making fun of him in a closed loop and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to tag him and make it public. Because Jeff is telling us to speak our mind. I'm with Jeff Dye on this one. I'm not going to be a pussy about it.
That's crazy, man. Yeah. Any other famous comedians you've had that getting a little...
Chingo Bling. That's not a famous comic, but yeah, I know.
Everybody knows Chingo Bling, man.
He's a really nice
Chingo
guy.
Bling.
So
He's
he's just another
gangster
guy that,
cross or cholo CrossFit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know.
But he's different, bro. He's a conservative cholo. I'm down. I'm not down with that gang shit, bro. I'm down with the ice. I hate La Raza.
I think we need more kings, bro.
Bro, more kings. In fact, King Maximilian, Emperor Maximilian should be back.
That's great because I always think LA there's so many different comedy clubs, and
yeah, but we all have to go to the Comedy Store.
And
That's
it sounds
the
like
Mecca.
you don't get around as many as them as I thought you would.
They offered me another spot. Here's the thing. So like the improv, they fuck with me. I'm like, whatever. I used to get spots there before I lived there. If you're not really famous and you're not stopping by there all the time and be like, hey, remember me? I'm alive and whatever. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get booked a ton because they need to make money. They need to sell tickets or whatever.
Yeah.
The store is one of the few places that like
Everybody
huge,
knows
giant,
it.
famous people and the people that nobody knows but like have talent have to meet because they have a development system. They actually assess talent. They just, you know what I mean?
When
They
you say development system, is that like you get a tryout, then they like, okay, we like you, so you get a spot a week or whatever, and then they
sometimes, yeah. That's an example. Or the door people that work there, they have to pass an audition. They all have to be at least a certain amount good at comedy, be original, have their own thing. So it's a very competitive thing that hundreds of people are jockeying for.
Okay, so same thing like at the mothership.
Same thing at the mothership, but it's a minority of their bookings because most of their bookings have to be famous people that want, hey, I wanted 3 spots this week or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's a very tough thing, but that's why the Comedy Store is one of the few places. There's no analogous thing in New York. There are no.
It's the Stand. It's all these spots where
the Stand
it's like
actually. I'm going to eat my words. The Stand is one of the few places that is kind of. They don't have a door guy system, but they have.
Still have
they
a
have 2
passing
rooms,
system.
so they have a little bit more than most places. And you're going to see younger comics that don't necessarily have a lot of credits that got through based on recs and auditions and whatever, as much as you'll see Andrew Dice Clay and the biggest people and Attell coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the Cellar is more like you need a recommendation from at least 2 other Cellar comics, and you need to have about 2 credits yourself. So there's a much higher line, whereas the fucking Comedy Store, anyone can sign up for that open mic and get up. So it's a very weird environment where it's like we have to kind of be at certain places.
So the Cellar's more like the Riot, kind of, a little bit. where you.
I guess that's
the riot has.
I haven't been in town, but yeah, I guess the riot has a certain threshold of like, there's certain people we want to know that you can do this job because we're trusting you with our audience. We brought these people here. You didn't as much. Yeah. On weekends, it's different for headliners, but throughout the week or whatever, that's, or even for those like Saturday or Friday showcases, that's why they're so selective, because they're like, dude, it's very hard to get a bunch of people here every week, every show, and we do that consistently. They're not even coming from Montrose sometimes. They're coming from all over town.
Like Andrew Youngblood was telling us, I think it was about the stands, like he doesn't get any spots there, even though he's opening up for one of the biggest comics in fucking in our lifetime.
Well, this is how weird the store was for me, because it took me 2.5 years to get in there or whatever.
Yeah.
The first week I was there, Nikki Glazer recommended me, got me like a 5-minute audition spot, which is 2 minutes longer than you usually get. I had an incredible set. Everybody there was like, I got booked on a bunch of local shows, and people were like, "Who's your hookup? What the fuck?" But the booker didn't even look at me, wouldn't shake my hand. And until they switched bookers, like 9 months ago or whatever. And I'd gotten a few showcases with the last booker and whatever. I knocked them all out of the park. But until they switched bookers, I didn't really have a foot in there. Besides just like, I knew the door people. My friends booked me. My friends that ran shows there booked me or whatever. But it's, you never know they're so preferential. They have so much talent to choose from. They have their people
that it's kind of.
You don't know who you're in competition with. So you always have to be like, at the cream of the crop, best stuff, whatever. But just to tie it into this fight happened at the store. And that's... I was worried that I like stepped over my back, because some people were like, "Hey, you were a little too aggressive," and I was like, "I get that." I was incredibly disrespectful, as disrespectful as you could get, because I thought he was a guy that was trying to like talk tough in the DMs, like, "I'll see you in person and we'll fight about this," and then was a total bitch in real life. So I was like, "All right, I'm gonna make you try to hit me, because I would love to get in a fucking fight with you right now." I'm from the Ali Sadiq school.
In for a kiss, and you're like, "No, dude,
no, we're not in Seattle, bitch." I'm from the Ali Sadiq school of like, we're going to fight about this and then it's going to be over. It's fine, but we're going to throw hands. That will happen. And he was like, "What? I would never get violent with anybody." Like, I was confused. I was like, "Was this a setup? Did you like bring me here just to get me in trouble?" Because all the fucking security is like watching us. And then at some point they go, "All right, I'm going to need everybody that's not a paid regular to get off the back of this patio." And I was like, "All right, Jeff, you got lucky. They're bailing you out." So I started to leave and they pointed at me. They're like, "Not you. You're good." And I was like, "All right, and another thing, you're a bitch. You're not going to do shit. You would never hit me. I'm not a Poland Encino. You would never hit me, you little fucking... I'm not a sleep woman at a frat party. You represent no danger to me, you fucking turd." And he was like, "Why are you being so aggressive? You're hurting my feelings." I was like, I don't understand the interaction at all. Like,
You were sober?
No, I was on some back medicine, but mostly sober. I don't think I was like on a muscle relaxer 3 hours ago, so that's not drugs.
No.
But I was so confused by the interaction.
Yeah.
I thought you were a cowboy. I thought you were like mad at how liberal this town was.
Yeah.
Here's your time.
He sauntered on out.
Yeah. He went and cried to the fucking booker. Showed them the text and then blocked me for 2 weeks and then later unblocked me.
All right.
Yeah. You don't seem like that liberal of a guy.
I'm a communist.
You're a communist?
Yeah, I'm as far left as it gets.
Oh, I guess
But that has nothing to do with like politics. My politics and like at work, I would never tell anyone what my politics like. I'm like, what? I'm whatever you are.
Yeah,
obviously.
That's what
right?
I am. Yeah.
Jeff has no problem with me because of my politics. I have no problem with Jeff because of his politics. I don't think he has any politics. I'm like, I don't think of him as a like Ben Shapiro type or whatever. That's like, oh, you're just grifting, because he doesn't like, his Patreon has like 40 subscribers or something.
Actually, my penis is very small.
And of the guys who does the right wing anti-Chitlin circuit like comedy stuff, he's one of the best comics to do that. He writes jokes. Most of those guys are just Fox News guys that don't know what a joke is at all. So I'm like
Ben Shapiro writes jokes?
No, Jeff. I'm saying That's hilarious. Yeah, Ben Shapiro does write jokes. He's like Israel should get more money. I'm like, that's hilarious. That's a closer. You should close on that, Ben. Israel should be a state. I said it.
No wonder he was so mean to those college girls. They were heckling him, dude.
Are you thinking of the guy, Charlie Kirk?
No, Ben Shapiro, Little Hat.
Little Hat?
Yeah.
Big old little hat.
That's the name of his comedy album, Little Hat.
Little Hat. I don't have too many problems with comics. I talk a lot of shit. I have a podcast called Haters, which is specifically...
Oh, yeah. Guys, check that out.
It's coming out on the Roast Battle YouTube.
Check that out.
Oh, hell yeah.
You ever ran to Chris D'Elia?
That's interesting. I have when I was like
At a middle school or something?
no at the Comedy Store years and years and years ago. So I was like a nobody just hanging out there, and I would see him holding court, which is basically sitting on the walls of the patio thing, which is like a half brick wall, and then like 12 of the hottest women you've ever seen, like just surrounding him, just being like anything you say. It was like exactly
Was he doing
what
the faces and the arm movement?
No, I think he was just like he was just like
It's
trying to get
subtly explaining to them what the night's going to be like, or I don't know. What I'm not.
He had like women, but he's such a goofy, weird-looking guy.
He's one of the best looking comedians at that point. In 2015, before like hot people took over, when it was not that easy to jack off to a comedian, Chris D'Elia was the top best looking guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
DeStefano
I
hadn't even
guess.
showed up yet.
DeStefano, Jeff Dye's pretty handsome.
Jeff Dye's pretty good looking,
Fucking Pete Davidson.
which
came
doesn't
on.
explain why he can't do fake liberal stuff to get into movies. Why?
Yeah.
You had a whole like acting career. How did that not work out? Why do you have to get into
Yeah.
fights with me on fucking Instagram?
That's weird. God, so you did see? Were they underage?
Who?
The
The
lady-
children
the
around
chicks-
D'Elia?
the
No, they
chicks?
were old children.
Children.
No. They were people that could get into the Comedy Store, so they must be at least 21.
Okay.
The
all
Comedy
right.
Store would never allow a child in there unless they were incredibly talented and they could exploit them for money.
Right.
Dude, we were exploiting a child for money
Yeah.
not a year ago.
Yeah,
Not even a year ago.
we started comedy with this 12-year-old kid. He fucking quit, pussy.
Damn. He already finished headlining and raping, so he's like, I'm out. I got all the spoils.
Spoils
Basically.
of war.
Yeah.
That's what we all do it for.
Yeah.
I didn't get into comedy because I thought I could get enough pussy without it.
Yeah.
He's one of these old school guys.
Yeah, dude. As like bad of a dude as D'Elia is, and everybody shits on him, but like what you just said, I was like, that sounds pretty cool.
He was also, that first special was really, really funny. The one
That
where
one
he's like doing
black comic.
Yeah, he's doing different like British voices and all.
I thought that was pretty funny. And then
as
the
hacky as it is, it's also very funny.
the rest of them, I don't know.
All the famous comics, with the exceptions of like Louis C.K., Shane, Nikki Glazer, like there's small exceptions, but the people at the top usually are very broad, kind of hacky, made for your parents, because there's many more people way older
you're
than us
selling
with
to
disposable
everybody.
income than there are people like us willing to go to comedy clubs. Are you kidding me? You know how bad of a deal a comedy club is?
Mm-hmm.
You ever buy a sausage at a fucking comedy club? You're like $80. Why? What the fuck?
And now I have to blow D'Elia.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking $30 a beer and D'Elia's cock. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, dude. There was that one scene of like early Joe Rogan where Joey Diaz is just bragging about like, yeah, I made this bitch suck my dick for time at the store.
Getting fucking sperm balls in her ears for 5-minute spots, and you're like, yeah, that's what
I put
comedy
my tongue
was.
in your ass. You
Comedy-
black out.
Comedy was a horrible thing for sex monsters to take advantage of women
Yeah.
because it was the lowest rung of entertainment. It doesn't have a union, didn't
Oh,
have any
it
We need to make
oversight.
America great
It was
again.
so bad. He was
And
like,
they used that to get the next president elected. Of
Yeah,
course, it's
yeah.
always been a horrible, evil thing. That a few comics, and every now and again, Bill Hicks and Carlin, and few people have like come through and made it seem like art and told people how to be better, and like you could functionally trick yourself into being like, by watching their stuff, I'm growing as a person. But mostly, comedy's been an evil thing to make money,
yeah.
and you're worse for it as a person for being a part of it.
But it is so much fun getting off the
Yeah.
stage and some new open micer.
Let me
just
ask you
goes,
this-
good set, man.
Real quick, but before what makes you feel like I'm not that I was like not a liberal or right wing?
It
or
didn't
whatever?
seem like you had very hard opinions on things. You just knew a lot of stuff.
Interesting. People say that a lot about. I have incredibly hard opinions on things, but I don't.
I guess you.
I don't.
Just,
I'm not forcible about that. I don't care what
I
other
don't know.
people think
You seem
about.
like you know a lot about history, and usually guys who know a lot about history are just like it's all fucked.
No, I think there's like absolutely evidence to show there's a better way, and there's guys who are right, and what we're in is wrong and bad and kind of gay.
Yeah, dude, that's all you got to say. Is like get people to be communists is like you're not communist. Is pretty gay.
Pretty gay.
I'm like fuck, dude. I don't want to be gay.
Like think about what being a capitalist. You're gay for money. You're horny for money. There's never enough. You got to get your holes filled of it.
Yeah.
And it makes you weaker. You get used to safety and like you can't be out in the world for too long because without your money, you're nothing.
Yeah.
This is dangerous for John and I because we met in special ed.
Meanwhile, communists are
This
like,
is
oh, I can turn anything into food. I've eaten shampoo, brother.
Where's your cat at?
I will say I don't have the stuff that American liberals and leftists. I say all the danger words, and I don't.
Oh yeah, that's also you like said retarded.
I don't
and
care
stuff.
about identity politics stuff. I care about poor people and working class stuff and salaries for people that work, and that's kind of it. Everything
Yeah.
else isn't politics.
Thinking
to me.
back, like you said faggot a lot, and I was like, no way, this guy is that level.
I'm super liberal. No, I am. I would never call a gay person a faggot, but Jeff DUI immediately. What do you mean?
Jeff D.
He's a money faggot. He's a fag for money, dude. He'll do anything.
But don't we all kind of want to be?
There's a
make
old Bill
money?
Hicks. No, dude, that's
You
get
know
that
what
out
I
of
mean?
your gross little system.
You
All
know-
of us want to have comfort. We all want to have thing, but just to make money. Think about what you're saying.
Yeah.
Just to extract value from other people. That's what we want. Because that's where money comes from. It's somebody else's. It doesn't come from the money well, you dumbass.
Yeah. I'm thinking like big picture things, but like, yeah, dude, I don't know.
It comes from a bunch of poor people you trick into giving it to you. Or you offer a service that's equitable and people want to give it to you. But that's becoming rarer and rarer these days. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's this old Bill Hicks quote about, like, if money had a dick, these people would suck it. That's fundamentally my problem with 99% of comics. Liberal, conservative, all of them. They're all... Because they wouldn't... Once the bust happens, which we're around the corner of, once the money leaves comedy, most of these people aren't going to be here. The
Yeah.
funny will still be here,
Yeah.
but most of these people will not.
Yeah, but you don't give a fuck about money like that.
Makes you soft.
Really?
I mean, I get money when I need to.
You know, you're the type of guy that's gonna fucking blow up and be so famous. You're gonna have so much money and you're gonna be pissed.
I'm gonna throw that money at all kinds of poor people and be like, "Will you do crime for me?" Hell yeah! Boom! Keep running. I got plans.
always,
I got plans for the money.
It's
It's
always
never. It's not gonna. My wife hates it because she's like, "Is any of the money gonna go to us if we get rich?" I'm like, "No."
All right, we're at an hour, but I am curious about this plan for the homeless.
It's not the homeless. The homeless can't do crimes for you. Although some of them can.
What are you talking about?
Some of them can mix. No, you need people. The working class are predisposed to be criminals because the deal society gave them is bad.
Yeah.
So if I'm like, bro, I need you to be a hired criminal, but
Dude, I want to
you'll
be
get a
on
lot
this
of money.
island that you're starting.
No island. We're just doing it in Chicago. I'm just the top recruit. That's the SEC of crime. If you're trying to recruit criminals, you go to Southside. You're like, let's
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see the combine. O Block. Where's it at?
Measurements, bro.
Excuse me, I'm looking for O Block. I'm trying to hire a couple fellas.
No. Is there a filter for the 63rd? How does that work?
How's this work? Yeah. I've already seen Compton's finest.
All right, we're about an hour and 6, and that's a pretty good pod.
Thanks for
Pretty
letting
good.
me be irresponsible here, boys.
Dude,
That's
that
what
was-
we do.
That was a lot of fun. Radu, man, dude, you might be one of the coolest communists I've ever met, man.
They're not. Usually, they're not cool. I will say that. Usually, they are so annoying and stinky. Stinky's a
smell
big.
kinda
It's a
bad.
big part of it.
Yeah.
Karl Marx himself apparently didn't bathe, and I'm like, dude,
Dude,
God.
2 weeks we can get some dreadlocks on you.
Maybe you're right. Yeah, this is a little unkept, but that's part of my trying to cosplay as more working class than I am.
Okay.
I'm really cheap. I won't buy a haircut. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Dude, same here.
The pandemic taught me that I'm like, oh, if we could be a little uglier, I'm gonna run that
Dude,
way.
like a Thai lady cuts my hair for $10. Like, you got
That's
it,
why
bro.
this guy likes money. He sees all the shortcuts.
There's a little Thai woman.
There's nothing wrong with by the way, wanting wealth, wanting to get better for yourself. That is inherently working class too. All poor people are like, bro, if I could do anything for money, I would, including kill you right now. So that's what poor people have in common with the rich.
Yeah.
It's just the middle class that's like, rules. I don't know if I should, morals and stuff. But it's very natural to want wealth and commodity and comfort, whatever. It's just, if you think logically, which I'm not saying any comic should. Comics should be thinking stupidly. If you think critically about anything, where does wealth come from? It's generally other people. Maybe you defraud the government in some way. You know what I mean? But the accumulation of wealth is generally other people's salaries. So it's always at the expense of more people. So unless you're contributing to society in a massive way, what you want for is people to go hungry and then see that you have a lot of food.
But so if you're a comic making like $1 million a year on the road, are you a fucking piece of shit?
If you're like Theo Von and you pay your openers $100 when they're in the
Oh, I
theater,
heard
yeah,
about
you're a
that.
huge
That's
piece of
fucked
shit.
up.
Because Nikki Glazer, who makes tons of fucking money, when I open for her doing like 8 to 10 minutes, I make $1,250.
Woo!
If you do a run of 2 or 3 shows where you're like, wow, that's fucking rent and everything. You know what
buy
I mean?
a lot
Like,
of shampoo with that.
yeah, and she's always like, am I paying you? Like, she doesn't even know. She's always just told them, like, pay the openers a lot. She'll check. She'll be like, is that enough money? And I'm like, yeah, that's way. You should see what some of these other male comedians pay.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Well-
you didn't even have to jack her off.
That's my favorite part of opening for a female comic. You're like, hey, this one probably doesn't rape. Or if they do, it's very funny. Like if Nikki rapes, it's got to be hilarious. That's what Not Safe was all about. That's why they took it off the air. She did all the funniest rapes in comedy.
Oh,
Shout out Nikki Glaser.
shout out
the queen.
Shout out Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby. Radu, dude, it's been great.
Thanks for having me, boys.
Radu Bondar, follow him at the Haters Podcast.
Haters Pod and RADUBONDAR on Instagram and TikTok.
Yes, guys.
We'll add it in the post.
All right, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Sorry if that got too trouble.